Welcome to the video. As you would have seen from the title, I just finished doing intermittent fasting for 30 straight days. I started on the 1st of March, that was a Sunday, and I started my first fast that night. Today is the 31st of March, which means I have completed my 30 days of fasting. In this video, I'm going to talk about how the fasting affected me physically and also mentally. But before we get into that, I took some videos just throughout the process, just to document real time how I was feeling, and I'll chuck some of those clips on first. At the end, we'll compare my beginning physique to my end physique and also talk about those physical and mental effects. Let's get into it. I'm about to start intermittent fasting for a 30-day period. I'm weighing in at 74.3. For those of you that don't know what intermittent fasting is, it's basically a eating strategy of sorts. In a 24-hour day, you eat for a certain window and then you fast for a certain window. A 16-hour fast and an 8-hour feeding window is the easiest one that you can start off with. So I may or may not increase my fasting window on different days as I feel like it. I'm excited to get it going. Let's go. Quick update. I broke my fast at around 1:30 today. Before that, I wasn't so much hungry as I got really cold for some reason. So I got super cold, but since I broke the fast, it's been fine. So it is now day 3. It is 3:15 p.m. and I have been up since 5:30 in the morning, and I have not eaten so far. I've had 2 cups of black coffee, and amazingly, I am not feeling hungry pretty much at all. So it's safe to say my hunger has adapted to my fasting protocol, which I'm very happy about because it only took me 2-3 days. Now I'm about to have my first meal and I'm gonna really enjoy my food for the rest of the day. So I'm about to break my fast with a sweet nectarine. Oh, here we go. This is gonna be my first meal of the day. Oh, so good. Shout out to Mom and Dad for passing me these nectarines. Alright, 1 week in, 10:06 p.m. and I'm just drinking my post-workout shake, which means tomorrow I'll be able to eat around 2:30 p.m. So I'm still sticking with 16-hour fasts right now. We'll see what happens tomorrow. I might try to push my fast a little later, but we'll see. As far as body weight, body fat and all that, I think I'm pretty much still the same because I've been eating quite a bit of food within the eating window. About to break my fast with this meal. Sorry, it's just my meal because you already had your breakfast. I'm more than 2 weeks into it now. I am gradually increasing the lengths of my fasting period. It's kind of getting easier and easier. I started off with 16-hour fasts. Now I'm kind of getting up into that 18-hour range, 18 to 20-hour range. We just announced that it's going to be lockdown in 48 hours because of the coronavirus situation. So this last week I will be at home, so the rhythm is all going to be a little bit weird. I'm basically going to try to reduce my eating windows. I'm basically going to eat dinner and then I'll eat freely up until I sleep, and then I'm not going to eat until the next day's dinner. So it is right now 7 p.m. Haven't eaten anything all day and I am just cooking up some noodles. My body is ready for some food. 20 hours into a fast. This is the meal. Got 4 eggs, noodle, got milk tea, some veggies. What's up, girl? I'm thinking I'm still gonna eat a pie, and I'm also gonna have a protein shake, and who knows what else tonight holds for me. So I've been doing 20-hour fasts pretty much this week. I'm not actually that hungry, but I am excited for this massive dinner. I've got Japanese curry chicken, prawns, dumplings. Let's go. Day 30 weight test. I'm weighing in at 71.2. So that takes me to today, day 30, 17 hours into my final fast. Let's jump into a physique comparison. So I started off at 74 kilos, thereabouts, and I finished around 71 kilos. At some point during about a week ago, actually in week 3 of the fast, I dropped down to 69 point something kilos, which I was quite happy about, but I think I kind of went too hard on my meals in this last week and I've put a little bit of weight back on. So 74 to 71 kilos. Let's jump into the physique comparison. So as you can see, I do believe I got a little leaner. I think the most prominent area that I lost a bit of body fat in was probably my back. My back's always been an area that's stored quite a bit of fat, so quite happy with that result, and in that I feel like my back got a little leaner. Now for a more general review of the physical effects of intermittent fasting for 30 days. I lost weight, body fat went down, and I feel leaner. As far as aesthetics goes, it helped. However much was to do with the actual fasting versus just lower calories because I was not eating for so much of the day. I don't know. As far as performance goes, strength-wise, I felt absolutely fine. So whenever I trained fasted, I didn't feel weaker or anything like that. My strength was actually making improvements while I was training in the gym. Before I got locked down a week ago, I actually hit a PR in my front squat and in my split squat prior to the gym being locked down. As far as power, didn't feel much difference in my jump training either. Didn't really go up or down. I'd say the biggest improvement to performance actually came as far as endurance. So I've been going for runs every day since I've been locked down, and I've just noticed that when I go for a fasted run, I just feel a lot lighter. I don't feel like my body's wasting energy digesting food. There's no food in my stomach to weigh me down. All my food from the day before is already all out of my system. As far as the food waste and all the energy has been digested and is now fueling my runs. So that has been a positive. And the last physical thing to talk about is obviously the hunger. So when people are considering if they should fast or not, usually the first thing that comes to mind is, will I be too hungry? As you saw in the clips, first couple days, I got pretty hungry towards the end of my fast, but my body actually adjusted really quickly. And then now, 4 weeks in, fasting is effortless. So I can fast 20 hours, probably longer, 24 hours, and I actually just don't feel hungry. Hunger is something that your body can train. In the modern day lifestyle, when we're used to eating breakfast, lunch and dinner, our body gets used to eating so regularly, and then therefore we get hungry all the time. What I've learned over the past 30 days is if you're eating less frequently, your body also gets hungry less frequently. Mental effects, there hasn't been too much. I guess one thing is productivity wise, it's been quite good for me, for the simple reason that I don't need to worry about meals. For the first couple weeks when I was skipping breakfast and having a late lunch, didn't have to worry about food during that time. I could just get to work and get to what I wanted to do, whereas normally a person's day is broken up by the meals so often. It got even better in a sense when I skipped lunch for this last week, where I do the 20-hour fast straight to dinner, because I don't need to think about anything except I'm just going to have dinner, and then I'm going to have some dessert, and then have some sort of protein shake, protein supplements to get my protein in, and that's it. So diet became super simple. I guess the downsides as far as mentally is I'm a person who has a sweet tooth. I really enjoy my morning teas and my afternoon teas. So although productivity wise it's probably better, as far as overall life enjoyment, I really want to enjoy my cakes and my biscuits and stuff with a nice coffee. So that's probably not the best for my physique either, but that's probably a downside. The other thing is, obviously I was just drinking black coffee during the day, and I thought I'd acquire a taste for it, and I kind of did. Like, I like it, but it still doesn't hold a candle to my normal coffee with milk and sugar. So definitely be going back to that, I think, at the end of this. Overall, my experience with intermittent fasting was a very positive one. Do I think I'm gonna keep going? I don't know. Probably not. I think I'm gonna come off intermittent fasting for a month, maybe see how I go, see how the body reacts. Do I put on weight? Does the running performance deprove? Do I put on body fat? And I'll kind of monitor that, but at least now I always know that I have this tool in my back pocket that I can pull out at any time. So yeah, that was my experience doing intermittent fasting for 30 days. If you have never tried it, I encourage you to give it a go, but make sure you're listening to your body and consult a doctor first, maybe, if you have any pre-existing medical conditions. That's going to be it for this video, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. Until the next one, catch you later.